Now, cognitive behavioral therapy from a website is often the first line of treatment for phobias, and it can help you overcome the negative emotional thoughts that lead to phobic reactions, teaching you to gradually change the way
things
you think,
like slowly exposing someone to the thing.
That's going to be a desensitization.
Yeah, desensitization, or I think they call it exposure therapy, which sometimes is done.
It is that
and
as
also
well.
You just logically thinking, well, I behave this certain way.
Think differently. You know, when you see a snake, instead of saying, "Oh, this is going to kill me," you say to yourself, "It's just a garter snake. It's a friendly snake, and I'm going to behave differently, actually move a step towards it instead." Now, this is all changing behavior and changing the way you think. You're ready to say something here.
Yeah,
you're holding a rather unusual facial expression. Yeah,
thank you.
One.
It's a funny thing. When we calibrate all these things, of course, it's like jazz player just ready to come in with the next solo.
Dealing cards.
Yeah, there we go, dealing cards. So I was going to say that what this sounds like is taking an emotion and trying, and often eventually solving through logic, forcing logic into an emotional situation
and changing behavior
rather than directly changing the emotion.
Right. Now, that's, as hypnotists, we believe it is better to erase the cause than to try to cope with it. And that's what we historically do. In fact, that's why we've had psychiatrists and psychologists and doctors train with us, because they like to be able to do these things fairly quickly. Now, we're saying, but behavior is built into CBT, not just changing the cognitive aspect, what you think, but behaving in a totally. Listen how cleverly I'm talking. I should be flying a 757, Chris.
And
I'm getting
one
smart.
of our team members who's done quite a bit of studying on, and I'll just say Pedro. Pedro has done quite a lot on this, and he said a lot of the times they do a lot of the cognitive part, and they don't get around to the behavioral part of the therapy.
Interesting.
And that tends to be when it doesn't work very well. But if they do the behavioral part of the therapy, you wire in new behaviors, then it can be quite effective.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Now, we are not taking a shot at CBT.
No.
We're just weighing the two against each other and showing the difference between them.
In fact, it's a really good idea to add hypnosis to your toolbox if you're a CBT practitioner.
And it's a good idea to add CBT as well, because I use CBT stuff